Blessings and love to you, everyone. Welcome back to another video. I will be sharing my work with you today. Normally, I don't share my work on this channel, but today I have decided to share my work with you. So, I will be doing a detox and remoisturizing and LOC grooming. Not my hair, of course, one of my clients. And so I will be sharing the process with you as much as possible. I will not be able to reveal my client, just the process of the work. So excuse if some of it you are not able to see. It's because I must conceal my client and just show you what I am doing. Hope that you will learn from it. Remember to thumbs up and share and leave me a sweet comment. Now, if there's any question that you would love to ask, you can ask also. Or if there's anything that you like or dislike about process that I'm doing, then you may also share that within the comment section. However, I do hope that you will enjoy. Keep watching and watch to the end so that you may learn about lock grooming and the process of your hair as you detox. You will see what you need to see, and definitely you'll be learning from this. And so if you have locks, you can take tips. All right, stay tuned. So we're about to start the process. My client is ready. She is sitting, and what you're seeing now, what I have done, I have taken her hair and sprayed all over with vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar, and you can use a white vinegar if you like as well. But I sprayed it all over so it is completely wet, not damp, but completely wet, and it will stay here. This process will stay for a while, like half an hour. The process is a long process, so stay for half an hour so that it really go through the entire hair, every strand, get that time. It just settles there, and it get to really work through the lock to sort of help whatever is on the hair to soften up, because what you're looking at now right there, the hair is not dye. You are actually looking at, you know, the sediment, or you see it looks red, so it looks like actually dirt. So everything that sits on the hair, underneath the hair, that was not seen, it now reveal itself because it is completely saturated. It is moist. If it was just wet like water completely, you will not be seeing what you are seeing now, because water would not be able to lift all of that which is resting in the hair. So the vinegar now helps to really cause the buildup that has been built up over the years to really come forth to the forefront, and it shows itself completely. So we allow the hair to just sit there for that period of time so that it soften up all the built up that is knitted in the hair. And after we would have gotten it all to soften up, then we would continue with the process. But we ought to know that looking at your hair completely, you may not think that it need detox, and you may believe that you wash all the time, you have shampoo, you have conditioner, but these build-up come over time because, especially for persons who heavily use things within their hair, whether it be moisturizer, whether it be oil or gel, are some of these oils are very heavy on the hair. So when it is used, no matter how you shampoo, sometimes residue is also still left on the hair. So detoxing your locks, you want to try to go through this process. Don't take it for granted that you have been cleaning your hair by shampooing it regularly. You may be doing it every week or every 2 weeks, some persons every 3 weeks, you know, but you may believe that you are getting everything out of the hair and everything is really not coming out. So go through this process, going through this process rather is necessary. It is super, super necessary for persons who wear locks to go through. Look at the ends when it is lifted. You look at it when it is in its relaxed state like this. It just looks like it is dye that you're looking at. It looks brown, so it looks like the hair is dye. So when you lift it now, see, and it comes closer, and you looked at it really closer, you are seeing, look at it, you are seeing all of those built up in it, and you're recognizing that it really needs to come out. Now, often should you detox? It's depending on what you're looking at where your hair is concerned. If you recognize that the hair is in this condition, like this lock, it really needed this detox. You may find that even going through this one set of detoxing will not remove everything that is there. And if it is not in this bad state, then detoxing like twice for the year is okay. But for this lock that really need detoxing and replenishing, for this one, you may have to detox at least 3 times for the year. You won't Don't do it back to back like you have done it this week and you're gonna go and do it again next week because all the built up did not come out the year. Don't do it like that. And you may go through this process to detox it. It'll take you up to, say, an hour and a half max. You don't really want to be going through this process longer than that because the hair is being stripped of moisture when you detox, and you don't really want to have this process prolonging longer than an hour and a half, 2 hours maximum. And you want to ensure that you re-moisturize the hair so that that moisture that is being stripped from the hair, from the scalp, and all of that, you re-moisturize to get back that moisture in. So you don't want to go through this process for too long, not no longer than 2 hours maximum in a set. And so then, say you do it this month, being the month of June, you can do it again for next month because you have not removed all the sediments, all the built up that is in or on the hair. So you may do it again next month, but not too early. You wait until the end of the month to redo the process. And when you would have done it now, next month, possibly, hopefully, you would have completed the process completely where you would have removed everything that is there. And so by say the so that June, say September, you could do another detox. And the process then would not be as long as you would have done it, say, the first time. The process now will be between 45 minutes to an hour or hour and a half. And then, say, at the end of the year, you can do a final detox if it is necessary. So it may be necessary depending on the hair, the quality of the hair, depending on what is going on. So you must assess first. So it's not just to say, this is the way you do it and for everybody. No, not for everyone. It should be after you would have looked at the hair and you evaluate where it is at, what needs to be done to it, and then you do just what is needed. So each hair type, depending on the quality, the volume of built up that you find in the hair, that is how you are going to work your process. So after we would have this part now set, waiting for half an hour, half an hour that is to allow all the built up to really show itself, soften up, and easily be able to come out. You are going to get your water prepared. You're going to be using warm water. You're going to use it very warm. So you have to be careful of the client's scalp now because the water is very warm. You don't want to uh, let your client get any burn or anything like that. So you get your warm water on, so your thermos is ready with your hot water, and you can now take it to the temperature that you want it by adding cold water to it. Some persons use uh, large bowl or basin to do this into. My process is different because I want to really do two steps and I want to really show in a particular way. So I have a cup that I am going to be using, and so you get the water ready, and in the water now you are going to be pouring your vinegar in the water, and you are going to be pouring also your baking soda in the water, and you it's gonna foam up, and you see that foam, but you mixed it out a little bit. You let it dissolve out a little bit, and not for long. You just use something, a spatula or something, and squish it around quickly. Just whisk it around quickly, and then after you do that now, you are ready. What are you ready for? You are ready to start the process of the hair detoxing. You're starting the process to get all of the murk, so to speak, out of the locks. And you might be pleasantly surprised to see what will come out of your hair. And in a normal way, you might be saying, no, not at all. None of this is not in my hair. I can understand that it is in somebody else's hair, but not my hair. Because no matter what, I take care of my hair. And therefore, because I take care of my hair regularly, then I will not have all of this in my hair. You may be pleasantly surprised. Now, look at it. I dipped it in the water. See, I'm holding the hair. I dipped it in the cup, and look at what you are seeing in the cup. Look at that water. It looks like clay dirt. Hmm? It looks like dirt. And you might be thinking also, it looks like when you're dyeing your hair and you're using blonde dye, right? But there is no dye. This client has never dyed her hair. She has no dye in. All of what you're looking at here that I am squeezing from the hair, it is all murk built up that is coming from the hair. You dip it in the container. I have a cup, as I told you before. You're seeing that. And I dipped it in the warm water. It's very, very warm. So it melts what is on it. Again, you can also see the steam that is coming from the hair because I've made it warm enough. This is not touching her scalp at all. It's just the hair close to the scalp as possible, but not for her to get any damage to get any burn or anything. And so I'm dipping it inside the cup and I am ensuring that it is coming out and that is different times the warm water be prepared and pour inside the cup and the hair is being dipped inside the cup and the process to squeeze it out. You are seeing this, and this has been done over and over again to remove the sediments, to remove the buildup that is there. And look at that water. Look at what you are seeing. I am sure that you are pleasantly surprised. You probably believe that, yes, a bit of oil might be in this and it may be showing up because, the vinegar was saturating the hair. And so you probably think that what would have come from the cup probably looking white and oily and all of that. You did not know, I am sure, that you would be seeing something like this. I know that I would have been seeing something like this because I would have done this before within my line of duty. So I know exactly what the process is like and what to see. So there's no shocker for me. You might be surprised, but there's no shocker for me in this process. And so now you are recognizing that just as we would detox our body, want our body to be cleansed, so we would have used whatever it is that we know is necessary to use, or we go to the physician and they prescribe for us what we need to detox the body. Now you know that your hair need detoxing, especially if you are sporting lock hair. Remember that the hair is not being combed at all like others would have. Take down their hair, comb it through, and then shampoo, condition, and go through all of that process and treat the hair and all of that. You don't get to do that to your hair because it is locked. So each strand is the way it is all the time. All you do is you retighten the base of it, we call it the root of it, and on each strand you would dress them so that they're really looking neat and nice, but you do not loosen the strands. And because you don't do that, whatever is built up there, and as I said before, especially if you're a heavy user of oil and moisturizing cream and those things and gel, if you're a heavy user of those things, it will attract a lot of buildup when the dust trapped on your hair, especially if you are in an environment where there's a lot of dust, if you work outside, if you're a mechanic, if you're a driver, if you uh, work anywhere on the outside, and even if you do not work on the outside side, but you have to go outside, and you would have you would have get dust trapped on your hair. And for us here, that is in a tropical climate, and dust is something that we encounter with on a daily basis. So the possibility is really high that if you use a lot of these things, as I would have expressed in your hair, a lot of dust will be trapped on the hair. And no matter how you clean, shampoo your hair, you will still have some sediments, some built up remaining on the hair. So you want to now use your warm water and your vinegar and your baking soda. Some persons add other things to it. Some persons add lime juice as well. But remember that all these things, they're stripping the moisture from your hair. So the less of them that you can use, the better it is for you, really. And you just want to know that you're using what makes the process work. You want to be using something that will not overly strip the hair to damage it. But what you're doing, you're heating the hair for it to become healthy. And as I said, you can use a bigger bowl. There are some persons that does do that. I choose to do my process this way when I'm starting it, and then you will find that I change from using this small container to using the shampoo basin within itself. But this is how I start my process. You may comment in the comment section below. If you have not yet thumbs up the video, please do so. If you have not connected to this channel, please do so. You may share this video with your friends so that they can see this process, they can recognize what is happening, learn from it, and yes, share with someone that you know sport lock hair so that they can learn and they can seek to want to try detox if they have not yet ever tried it, and see what happened within the process for themselves. So remember, it is better to use the warm water. For me, I make my water very hot, because making it very hot, I have enough water to go through the process that I'm going through. Then I pour it into my container and I add temperature water, cold water, and the room temperature. When I say cold water, not ice cold, room temperature water. I know you know that though. And take it to the temperature that I want it. I want it really warm so that it can melt what is on the hair, so that it can come out. And you see that I am squeezing, and you can still see warm heat coming from it. Now you do that to the best of your ability. I can take it, so that is why I'm doing it. You also see that I am wearing a gloves. You want to be wearing a gloves when you are doing this, because you're handling the process of something, that you're getting out uh, things that you don't want to just be going on your nails for itself. It is better for you to have on your gloves. So ensure that, I didn't say that from the beginning, but I'm saying that now. Ensure that you put on your gloves so that you're protecting your hands, you're protecting your nails as you are doing this process. So as I said, I make it at warm to the temperature that I can manage it. And so, me squeezing on it, of course, I am feeling the warmth of it on my hands, but it is okay because it is at a temperature that I can manage. And it is quick. The movement is quick, and I'm moving the hair underneath my hand. So it's not just pressed there. If you recognize, it's a quick movement. I squeeze, I let go. So hair is going underneath as I squeeze the hair. So I am not being burned. It is not at a level where it can or will burn me, for I am ensuring that I am protected right there. And as we go through the process, you see that the water is not getting any clearer, because this one, the condition of this lock is off that level where it really badly needed attention, detoxing attention. And so, for this, whether it is at this level or not, it is essential for you to use your warm water here. Don't use cold water, because cold water, that process is going to be longer. It will not melt, the buildup that is on the hair easily, so it will not come off easily. So you don't want to be using temperature, room temperature water when you get to this aspect of the detoxing. And you want to ensure that you prepare yourself well, so that you have enough of what you're using for the detox before you starting it. So it is very important, as you assess the hair, that you see the condition and you know exactly what you need. It is better for you to have surplus than to not have enough to use. Don't use your baking soda sparingly, and don't use your vinegar sparingly. You want to use sufficient to maximize what you are doing, because you want your process to complete and complete well. You want success. Your result must be great, and because your result must be great, you are adding great portion so that your result is one that is satisfying. It should be satisfying to you at a heart stage. What do I mean? That your satisfaction, what you are giving, is what you would want to receive for yourself. It gave that feeling of completion on the inside when it is satisfying to you, and you know that it will be satisfying to your client. When it is completed, a smile will come on the face. That glow will lit up the room, where he or she will now look in the mirror and see their hair and knowing where it is coming from, and ensure that you are not just there um, going through the process without your client seeing what you're doing. And that is one of my reasons for starting with the small container, so I can literally lift the container and show the client what is happening in the moment, so they may see that this process was really necessary. And if you're like me, that I wanted to really record this process so that I can share this video with you. Afterwards, you would have to really sanitize your phone and all of that, because things are going to be, you're taking up your phone and you don't dry your hand before and all of that. So all of that, so it is good to be able to have the container, small container, where you can just lift the container and say, okay, you may have a look at what's coming out of your hair, so they too can see what is happening. So you are going to go through this aspect of it as many times as needed to ensure that you are cleaning the hair as much as you can. You're taking out all that needs to come out of the hair. So as you go through the process, these things takes patience. When you are a hairstylist, a hairdresser, you have to really have patience, especially if you deal with braiding of the hair, locking of the hair, lock grooming, if you do first time locks and all of that, with all those things I do. You have to have patience because it takes time, it takes effort, it is technical, and you want your best to come out of your salon. Why? Because when you do your best and the person is on the streets and someone look at their hair and ask them, where did you get this done? What did you do to get this to be like this? That person sells your business. You are getting advertisement there that you have not paid for. The only payment that you would have paid is working on the hair and doing your best, so that when that person go out there with their hair well kept, well presentable, persons who have the same hair, whether they have the same hair or not, they'll be asking you questions about your hair. And can I tell you that I get a lot of clients this way? I will just have someone calling me, and the person will say, I got your number from so and so. Do you know so and so that works at so and so? And they will tell you. Or my client that I would have done, they would call me and say, I just gave your number to XYZZZ, and you're having new clients there. Look, you are seeing this is another process you have gotten to know. So we would have gone through where we have gotten out that part of it, but look at this water that is in this container now. It's at a different um, color, reflecting differently. I am pouring it out into the sink, into the shampoo basin rather, and there you have it. So I pour new one in, and I go through the same process, and you can see right there that the color of the hair is changing. Look at the water that is before you. I am pouring out again, and you can see it. Even though it has changed color, still you are still seeing that it built up, the sediment is still there. And I changed the process now from the small container to the shampoo basin and look at the water that you are looking at. Now you're seeing that the hair, the scalp, and all of that is being affected now. It's being touched completely. So you ensure that this temperature now is where the scalp, the person, the client can manage it, the warmness on their scalp. And look at the water as I go through this process here. Hmm? And look at where we are coming from. That's a glance back for to look at where we are coming from. Look at the process where we have come to now. Hmm? Look at where we have come to. Look at it. For a hair that you look at that you would have never known that it would look something like this. You would have never imagined that you would have been seeing all of what you are seeing coming out of the hair. But here we are going through the process, and you are seeing this at this level right here. So we're coming from this and going through all of that and coming to where we are closer to seeing the hair getting better and better and better. I come up close again for you to see it right there. And you are seeing that, I am doing my best, working at it here to ensure that everything comes out of the hair as we go through this process of holding the hair, rubbing it, squeezing on it, making sure that everything that come out melts out before we do a shampoo. We want to ensure that we get everything out. We want to have the client feeling comfortable, light, and clean. Remember where we are coming from. That's where we are coming from. That's the process that we have gone through. I have to give this kind of a reminder so that you recognize that, oh, when it is all over, how wonderful it will be to come to that place where the hair is saying freedom at last, freedom at last. And it will be worth it for you to go through this process. So have you been thinking about it as yet? Have you been thinking about getting it done as yet? I think you should be. I think that you should share this video, crop it and share it, or if you want to share the full video, you go right ahead and do that. Tell somebody about it. Tell somebody that you have seen a detox here and you believe that they should try it because they will actually love the fact that it is this way. And as they see it, share it to those person who work as a mechanic. Share it to those person who work as groundsmen, who work in the field. We continue the process in the shampoo basin, making sure we're getting all the sediments out, all the built up out, all that gel or wax or moisturizing cream or oil. We're making sure that we're getting it all out. You want to go through as many times, and as you look, you can see that the water barely change as we go through the process, that it truly barely changes, and it tells you the condition that this hair was in. And it was my delight to really get this out so that my client can feel at ease after all is said and done. Keep watching because you want to see the rest of the process. Keep going and you will see. I want you to see the end of it, what happened at the end of it when all the sediment almost removed completely. Because, as I said, for this hair, we'll have to do it more than once, but all of the heavy built up would have been clear from the hair, and you can see the water change as it changes, and you experience the process with us as we are there in this moment. Very soon you will be seeing the hair completely finish with from this process, and you'll be able to see where we are with it, what it looks like. So be patient, stick with it. Don't move a muscle, just continue to enjoy the process. And I guarantee you are going to be smiling at the end. I know that you have enjoyed this far because you have completely recognized that this process is so necessary. So keep going. It's just a little bit more to go as we come to the end to complete this process for today. And when we finish this process, I'm going to be moisturizing and I am going to be grooming the hair as well. So you use moisturizer of your choice. It depends on you. You want to ensure that you have something that has vitamin E in there. You want to ensure that it is something that replenishes the hair, revitalizes the hair, moisturizes the hair, and also protects the hair. So you want to use something like that. And you want to add treatment to the hair for breakage and damage as well to prevent that. So you do that. And what you're doing when you're using that, you are replacing the moisture that was stripped from the hair when you went through this process. Because as I said before, what you are using, it is stripping the hair of the moisture. And that is the reason why I only use these two components that I told you about, because I don't want to be adding too many things that strips the hair and make it uh, dry to a brittle state. You don't want any damage. You're detoxing to prevent damage, so you re-moisturize to revitalize your hair. So you're going to be doing that after you do this. It is essential for you to ensure that you're using something to do that. And I prefer not to tell you to use this or to use that. You have a lot of products out there. You have mango and lime, you have Zimi, you have a whole lot of name brand products, and you have homemade products that you use. But I would prefer if you use a liquid base, not so much oil base, but liquid base, so that I know that there are moisturizing cream for the hair, but those really add a lot of buildup. Can you imagine that you're re-moisturizing like 3 times for the week, and it's a cream base that you are using, and you're in a tropical climate and where it is dusty, and all of these things can happen while the hair that I am detoxing is at this stage where you are seeing me having to go through this process so many times to get out what we are getting out of this hair. And as I said before, that this took me approximately 2 hours. So think about within that timing, I use half an hour to have the hair set, soak after I sprayed it, and an hour and a half I was at it, making sure that all of the process where we are coming from here come out the hair. And so many times I must have gone through this process over 15 to 20 times, making sure that the hair is clean. So, what you want to do, you want to ensure that you don't use those things, those oil based and those heavy cream based product that is going to cause your hair to be in this state. I have another client that I am recommending detox to. Her hair have a lot of oil in it. It is so oily. Though I use just 2 products for detoxing for this client, I may have to use more than 2 products. I may share with you, or I may not share it on this channel because I do have a hair channel. And you can go over there and connect and share. You can go look for me over there. It is Ali Gifted Hands. So if you did not know that uh, Ali Gifted Hands is me, today you know that. For those of you who have watched to this aspect of it, now you know that Ali Gifted Hands is actually me. So I may share it over there. So if you don't see it there, you may share it over there, and I may post a link in on my community page here. And so you may go over there and check it out. But I just wanted to share my work with you today so you can participate by, watching in what I do on a daily basis and how I make my clients happy in the different aspect of hair, whether it be grooming, whether it be treatment, whether it be detoxing, whatever it is that I'm doing to and with my clients' hair, making them happy daily. And I really wanted to share with you this process today. So here we are. We are about to get to that part now where you will be seeing the end of the process. Thank you for staying the journey. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the comments. And if you have any questions, remember to ask your questions in the comments section. If there's anything that you do not like about the process, don't be afraid to drop the comment there so that I can see it, and I will be sure to answer all your questions if there are questions, and I will do reply to your comments. All right. So don't be afraid to send those comments in. And you do help the channel as well when you press that thumbs up button, when you comment in the comment section. You help to push the channel in growth and development, because this is how it works as it relates to the building of the channel. All right, so I really appreciate you sticking the journey with me. I really appreciate all of you who have been staying, and thank you so much for your time, your effort that you put in for the growth and the development of my channel. And I will always be trying my best to share with you things that you can learn from, things that you can grow from, things that can build you physically, mentally, or emotionally, and absolutely spiritually. Because I am all of that in one. uh, I cater to the whole man. So you will always see things, great things that is going to help the process of you being the greater you, a greater product, a greater process, a greater version of yourself, so you can be what your Heavenly Father had intended for you to be. So, as we get to that place now where we will be adding our moisture and we will be grooming the hair, and this client also have grays. We will not be adding any dye because, as I said before, that this client do not dye at all. This client is comfortable in wearing the hair with the grays. I personally also want to be at that place where when I get grays, I don't have grays as yet, and when I get grays, I want to be able to keep them. I know also that grays is not just for people who are aging, because I have clients who are in their 20s and they have grays. I have clients who are in their 30s and they have grays. And so we have come to this process of life where I can't tell you why people gray young. All I know that there was once upon a time when that used to be only for people who are aging. And biblically it is says that when the grays start coming, then you know the time of wisdom is also increasing. So what it means is that as you age, you increase in wisdom. So there we are. Look at it now. Look at the hair. Remember where we're coming from? Look at where we are now. You see what the hair looks like now? Wow. Aren't you saying wow? Aren't you saying wow? And you can see just a little bit of sediment still there. As I tell you, it will need more than one detoxing process to complete it. But look at the hair. This hair is laughing. This scalp is rejoicing. Look at it. Look at it. Huh? You can see it. Isn't it a wow for you? It is a wow for me. I like to be able to look at my clients' hair and smile, and knowing that they will be smiling even brighter. Look at this close up for you so that you can see that this hair process is a wow. And I'm telling you, my client is feeling really, really good at this time. And I told you that I will not be able to show you every single thing. I'm concealing my clients at the top of the hair. Client is having a bit of alopecia. Treatment is being done to it, but I will not show you that aspect of her hair. I'm concealing it, and that is the reason why you are only seeing it this way, that you are seeing it at this time. Because as I said, I will not reveal my client's identity. You have to protect your client as much as possible. If your client is comfortable, and if you're a hairdresser, if you're a hairstylist, and your client is comfortable to be seen on camera, then you can go right ahead. But if the person is not comfortable, then we want to ensure that they are comfortable and they are that. Look now, we would have started the process to groom tightened. So this side is not yet retightened, but the other side I have already started. And so I am just showing you right there what is being done now that we are at the retightening process. We would have already gone through, making sure that the hair is clean. You want to put back your moisture in for it to revitalize. And now I am grooming so that the hair can be wow wow at the end. So see, now we have almost completed the task for today. If you have not yet thumbs up, press that thumbs up. If you have not yet shared a comment, say something, ask me a question, tell me what you think of the process. If you have not yet shared, also do so. Be kind to do so for me and help someone to know and help to build this channel. Uh, I am even smiling here while I go through this process to complete this video for you. I am smiling myself because I have a client that is pleased. You should have been there to see the smile on my client's face, to see how she laughed, and to see where we're coming from, the process of where we take the hair from, the process to where we took the hair to, and the process of completion as we completed the hair. I just quickly go back to this era to show you where we come from to where we are. And I want to really uh, thank you for staying the journey and to look at the process where we have started with a hair that looks like clay dirt was on it to coming to that place where the hair is clean, revitalized, and the client is getting a complete job so that she can go feeling refreshed. This is the process completed. She is finished. She did not want the hair to style today. She will return for styling after some time so that she can attend her function. So she didn't want to style today. She will return for that. So now the grooming has been completed and you can now see both sides of the hair complete and the hair refreshing. The scalp is clean and she's about to lift herself from my chair and do a close up in the mirror and then smile as bright as the sun. I am even smiling myself as I go through this process here with you. So it's the job completed. Another client. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you have learned a whole lot and that truly you can possibly do this on your own. And as I said, if you are not able to do it on your own, if you're in my area, find me. If you're not able to find me, then wherever you are, whatever parts of the world you are, you find someone that can detox your locks for you and make it all beautiful, clean, and smelling wonderful. Thank you again for watching. Keep doing great. You are great. Greatness lies within you. Do not allow anyone to take that away from you. See you soon.